All right, guys, welcome to Breakthrough Mentorship Week number 1. My name is Joey Wilson. I'm a Chairman 100 here with I Am Mastery Academy. This is a 22-week series, I think, leading to Croatia, which is going to be an international convention where people are going to fly in from all over the world. That video that you just saw there it's going to be similar to that. There was over 8,000 people that flew in from all over the world to go to Rotterdam, Netherlands. That was the recap video. And this is just a weekly series, a mentorship series leading to the Croatia convention for those of you who can make that event. We did this with Ambition Mentorship. Who on this call remembers Ambition Mentorship? You know, we brought on some of the best in the entire business to teach you guys and help you take your business and your life to the next level. We did a 26-week series leading to Ambition or Elevate Orlando convention in Orlando, Florida. And that was a game changer for a lot of people. Listen, guys, I've been doing this for 11 years and it wasn't on Zoom calls. Zoom wasn't even around when I first got started. It was on freeconferencecalling.com. So on my way to appointments every Sunday night, there would be a mentorship call and I'd hop on, I'd call the number and then I'd ask for the PIN code and I'd type it in. And then I'd be on the company call where they'd bring on some rising stars to share their experience, share their stories, their breakthroughs. And they would talk about things that I'd be going through. And there was something on those calls every week that I'm like, dude, I'm going to implement that. Or dude, I'm going through the exact same thing. Because you know what? Listen, I've been chasing the financial freedom since I got in this company. I knew what it would do for my life. I saw the end in mind, but that doesn't mean it happened for me overnight. It took time, effort, and energy. This was a mental warfare for me. The ups and the downs. It's a roller coaster ride all the way to the top, and I was cool with that. But I'm glad to hear from other people that were going through the same thing that I was going through, right? And so that's kind of the goal with these calls, is to teach you guys and help you take your business and your life to the next level. And I'm super excited for week number 1. Listen, a couple housekeeping things before we jump into it. Disclaimer, if there is money talked about on this call, there's no guarantees regarding income. Your success or failure depends on your own skill set and personal effort. Basically saying if you don't do anything, you're not going to make any money. I was cool with that. Number 2, make sure to get your entire team on this call. They're not going to want to miss it. You have to plug in. I need my batteries charged every single week, just like the next guy. So I can only imagine if you have some people in your organization that have only been in a couple weeks, a couple months, what this could do for their mindset, for their skill set, right? It's calls like this that sometimes people make a decision to say, you know what? I didn't know at first. I didn't really know what I joined, but getting on that mentorship call, hearing the stories, hearing the breakthroughs, I'm all in. Let's go after this thing. So you just never know. So I just make sure to get the whole organization on the call. And number 3, make sure you're taking notes. That's very, very important. We all know the reality of forgetting 99% of the information that you hear tonight if you don't write it down. And so I was just showing Noah earlier. I'm like, dude, I have notes on notes on notes on my phone, on my computer. I have sticky notes on my computer, thousands of notes. And I even have a notebook right here. I'm always taking notes. You know, when Alex Morton's talking, when Jason Brown is talking, when Matt Rose is talking, I'm taking notes, I'm listening, because they have what I want, right? I got to write it down, otherwise I'll forget it. And so let's jump right into it, guys. This is week number 1, so I'm going to take it back to the basics. I know we have a lot of new people on this call here. And real quick, before we jump into it, type in the chat where you guys are calling in from around the world. I'm here in Laguna Beach, California. We got Minnesota on the call. That's my home state. Shout out to you. Wisconsin, Fort Worth. We got Virginia, Austin, Texas. Let's go. Mexico on the call. Let's get it. Where else we got? Denver, Colorado, South Dakota, Scottsdale. Let's go. This is the North America call right here. This is the United States call. So let's jump right into it. You know, like I said, this is going to be back to the basics. This is what I learned. This training that I go over is not something that I even created. This is something that when I first got started, the guy who showed me was making $150,000 a month. And the person under him, his little protege, he was making over $100,000 a month. And so what's coming out of my mouth, it came from them. And I think they're overqualified to be able to even tell me how to build this business. And so I just followed their lead. I had no clue how to do this when I first got started. But here's what I'll tell you, a little disclaimer. It's not as hard as you think. This is actually very simple. Most people overcomplicate it. It's a very, very simple business. You just do the simple things over and over and over. It's like running a marathon. It's simple, but it's not easy. It's one foot in front of the other. We all know how to do it. But it's not easy. There's going to be times you want to quit. There's going to be times you want to give up. There's going to be times you're thinking, dude, am I going to make it to the finish line? There's going to be times you're going to be thinking, dude, I need to take a break. But it's simple. And if you guys just stay the course and follow what I'm going to teach you guys tonight, you can take this thing as far as you want to. The beautiful thing about this industry is you can literally dream big again. That's what was important for me, right? We all had dreams when we were younger. I wanted to be a pro snowboarder. Maybe Noah wanted to be a pro basketball player. Everyone has a goal. Type in the chat what your dream job was when you were in elementary school or junior high. Everyone wanted to be something big. Then you get in high school and it's like, okay, it's reality. It's time to, start thinking what you really want to do, right? DeAndrew wanted to be in the NFL. I still believe in you, bro. Just getting your money right here real quick. Marine biologist. And so it was like in high school. I remember my mom telling me, Joey, what do you want to do? Do you want to go to trade school? Do you want to be this? Do you want to be that? And I'm like, not really. I don't want to be any of those, but they kind of squish your dreams a little bit. It's time to wake up. It's reality. But what's the point of being realistic? You know what I'm saying? What did Will Smith say? The Wright brothers weren't realistic when they bent a piece of metal and flew it across the ocean. You know what I mean? Why be realistic? That's the most commonly traveled road to mediocrity. And so I never wanted to be realistic. And when I saw this industry, I saw it as a way where I could actually dream big again. If you're willing to follow the system. Right? If you're willing to stay the course and put in the work. But I began with the end in mind. I saw what was possible. I met people for once in my life that had a life that I wanted, and they were willing to teach me how to go get it and work with me. Not just teach me, work with me and help me every single step of the way. Where else can you find that? I'm here to help you guys every single step of the way. And every single one of you know that. I will do whatever it takes. I'll stay up as late as I have to, whatever the hell we got to do to help you guys level up in 2023. But that's what I love about this industry. It allows me to dream again. And I say it on the calls all the time. I felt like I found the golden ticket when I saw this industry. I didn't know if it was real. I didn't know if it would work. I didn't know if I could do it. I didn't know if I had the time. I didn't know if I had the money. I had a couple extra dollars in my bank account. And I thought to myself, that's a problem to live in the United States of America. And I only have a couple $100s in my bank account. That was an issue. And so that was one of the reasons I was looking at this. Yeah, I'm skeptical, but I'm broke. I want something different. You know what I mean? I need to do something different. It's not even that I want to. If I want to have a family one day, if I want any sort of freedom, if I want to have any sort of choices, if I want to travel, if I want to enjoy life, I'm going to have to figure it out. Because what I was currently doing was not going to get me to where I wanted to be. And I'll backtrack a little bit more than that. When I was 22 years old, I was working at LA Fitness. I was selling memberships at the gym. And matter of fact, let me even take you back a little bit farther. Grew up in an amazing family. Mom and dad, they're still together to this day. My dad taught me what hard work was. My mom taught me my manners. And they are literally, me and Britt talk about it all the time. They are the coolest couple in the world. And they have led by example of what it looks like to be in a great relationship. They are literally best friends. And then I have an older brother who's the all-star athlete, big jack dude. And then my younger sister was she's a nurse now. And I was that middle child. I was the black sheep. And for whatever reason, I could not focus in school. I could not pay attention. And then online grades came out. Grade checking. My mom found out about it and she logged in to check my grades. And it was literally all F's and a D. That's where I was at. And we were all told you have to get good grades so you can get into a good college, so you can get a good career. And I'm thinking, dude, I can't, for whatever reason, can't pay attention. And they put me on Adderall. They put me on Concerta. They put me on Ritalin, all the things that to try to help me focus. And I didn't like taking any of that stuff. So I never even took it. And so as I'm going through school, I'm not passing anything. And I start thinking, what's the point? If I can't even pass school, how am I ever going to be successful one day? And so I started hanging out with the bad kids. I started hanging out with the idiots. And I became a street pharmacist, right? I was driving around, I was selling weed, I was hanging out with my buddies. I ended up going to the ALC, which is the Alternative Learning Center. I graduated high school 2 years late when I was 19. I wasn't, and I'm going to be open. I'm very open and transparent about my past and everything. I wasn't even a Coke dealer, and a dude kept calling me for it. I knew him, and I said, bro, I can't get that for you. I was just hanging out with idiots. I was being an idiot, whatever. And one day I picked up the phone. I said, hey, this dude keeps calling me. Do you think you could get it for him? Whatever. I got it, brought it over to him. 15 cops in my face, right? 15 cops in my face with guns. Here I am, 19 years old, thinking, well, I'm in big trouble now. I had no idea how bad of trouble I was actually going to be in. That was an ounce of Coke, first degree sales. I go to Washington County Jail. I'm sitting down, and I remember sitting next to a dude named Joe Schultz, and he was my cellie. And this dude was like a lifer, in and out his whole entire life. They called him Smasher in there. It's straight out of a movie. And he became one of my buddies in there. But he pulled out the guidelines, and he said, first degree sales, first offense ever, right? Guidelines, 86 months. You're doing a mandatory. There's no gray area. If there's gray area, it's a potential you can get out on parole or probation. There's no gray area. So you're going to prison. He's like, dude, you're going to prison. 86 months, you'll do 5 years. And I'm like, there's no way. There's no way I'm about to do 5 years. Well, that's not who I am. That is not who I am. And so I just remember going into my cell, and I was like, God, if you give me one more chance, I swear I'll never go back to that lifestyle. And you know, sometimes people are like, oh, that sucks, you went to jail or did this and that. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. I needed that wake-up call. I was being a complete idiot, surrounded by him, and that's who I was. And I made a decision right then and there. I'm not going back. I promise you, as soon as I get out of here, I'm done. I'll never go back to that life. I'm going to change my circle. I'm going to change the people I'm surrounded by. And guess what? I got sentenced to a year in county, which I did, and a year and a half in Teen Challenge, which I had to complete. If I didn't complete it, that's a faith-based boot camp, by the way. It's no joke. It's very serious. If you didn't tuck in your shirt, you're getting discipline hours. You're waking up at 5 a.m. If you try to sneak protein bars in there, you're getting a 30-day setback, which I got multiple 30-day setbacks. It's supposed to be 1 year in there. I was in there for a year and a half, got out. So I did 4 months in county, went to Teen Challenge for a year and a half, finally got out. I'm like 2 years deep at this point. I'm like, gosh, thank God. I had 2 weeks free, and I had to go finish up my sentence in jail. That was part of my whole deal. In those 2 weeks, I always throw this little story in there because it is kind of cool. I was reaching out I was lifting. I had 2 weeks to kind of be a normal person again. And so I was hanging out with a couple of my good friends that I had growing up, my childhood best friends. Long story short, we were working out, we were hanging out, playing Call of Duty. I messaged this girl on Facebook, Britt Erickson, and she reached back out to me. She said, Joey Wilson, where the heck have you been? I'm like, how much time you got? I've been around a little bit. And this was my high school sweetheart. I had a thing with her. I was her first kiss, this whole thing. We met up for coffee. I told her the whole deal, 6 hours sitting there. And we hung out for 2 weeks straight. I said, hey, listen, there's a clause in this whole situation. I got to turn myself back in for a few more months. And then I'm free to go. So she visited me every single visiting hour. And I'm like, I don't even know why this girl is visiting me. This strong Christian family. They come from a little bit of money. I'm like, you're a good girl, college student. She's at the University of Minnesota. Hey, if you want to visit me, be my guest. And I got out, boom, she was there to pick me up. And God put this girl in my life for a reason. And now she's my wife. We have 2 kids together, and life is great. And you do the right thing, good things can happen. And so I just started making the right decisions. But so I got out, I got a job at the gym. We were going there every day anyways. And me and my brother were working out there, and I needed to get a job. So I asked him, I said, hey, do you guys hire felons? And he's like, well, fill out your application. We can probably get you started. I'm like, dude, awesome. I can get a job. First job I tried for. They're like, dude, you got a felon. You're never going to be able to get a job. So I was grateful to have that job. Fitness industry, especially. So I was working there, got the paycheck, just like most jobs, just over broke, JOB. They pay you just enough to scrape by. And I was looking at that paycheck, and I was like, well, this is cool for now, but what am I supposed to do with this? It's ain't going to get me to where I want to be. And I bought a $600 94 Honda Accord. That was the car that I had. I was living on my parents. And I just started thinking to myself, And I talk about this a lot on the calls, the overviews that we do. Is I say it over and over because it is my story. I can't change my story, but I was literally sitting there thinking, there has to be something else out there. I know people are making a killing. I hate being told what to do. And I just like a way where I can just have some sort of legitimate hustle or track to run on, or something that inspires me and motivates me and can give me a dream life. And you become what you think about, right? Well, I ended up meeting a really successful guy. His name's David Peach. He used to be a doctor, a chiropractor, and he did that for years. And then he sold his clinic to do this industry full time. And again, I tell this to you guys, I said, if you're making so much money as a doctor, why'd you sell your practice to do this full time? He said, I wanted time freedom and money freedom. And he said, as a chiropractor, it was all me. I had to be seeing the patients every single day in order to make the money. If I wasn't seeing the patients, I wasn't getting paid. And he's like, I wanted to earn residual income. And how do you do it? There's no better industry than network marketing. He said, once you get enough residual income that covers your residual bills, you're free. You can do whatever you want. He said, that was my goal, just to get the money taken care of, have enough residual income coming in for my dream life. And he said, this is a viable way. He said, when he went to his first event for this company, he walked in there with a shirt on that said, trust me, I'm a doctor. And he thought it was just this little network marketing deal. And he said, he watched all these people walk the stage making more money than him. And he said, wow, I'm going to push my chips all in. And then he was doing it for years. He was doing it for a few years before he met me. He was making over $150,000 a month. And here I am, 22-year-old kid working at the gym, comes up to me in the locker room. And well, we built a relationship a little bit, just randomly. I had no idea he was ever going to try to pitch me something or sell me something. But he goes, listen, man, I coach people all over the world, teach them how to become financially free, and I can teach you. And I was like, you can teach me how to be financially free. What are we talking about? No clue what he's talking about. Went over to his house, saw the cars, the lifestyle. And he showed me this industry. And like I said in the beginning, I said, if this is real, my life's about to change. I had to get started back in 2012. That was with my previous company. I've only been with one other company. It was $153 to get started. I had $156 to my name. And I got started. He gave me a $20 bill for gas. And I remember driving home thinking, well, I hope I'm not getting scammed here, but I'm all in, because I've never had a guy on his level tell me he was going to teach me how to be financially free. Right. And here I am telling you guys, I will do whatever it takes to help you become financially free. I know what this industry has done for me, an average kid from a small town with above average goals and dreams. And I know what this industry can do for you. I started as a 1, right? We talk about it. If you want to recruit a 10, there's 4 aces in a deck of cards. If you want to recruit an ace, you have to become one. You have to become closer to that person. You have to do the personal development. You have to read the right books and listen to the right audios and work on your mindset and become personally developed. And for me, I graduated high school 2 years late. I have a couple felonies on my record. I was in no shape or form to get started in a business. I had zero credibility with anybody. Everybody in my hometown knew what happened to me, that I'm the dude in the newspaper that got locked up for selling drugs. But I'm so grateful that I met this guy, because for once in my life, I had someone successful in my corner, in my circle, that could help me, that could mentor me. And that's something that I needed as a young kid. I needed that guidance, and I still need it to this day. The best in the world have coaches, right? LeBron James has coaches in different areas of his life. David Beckham has coaches in different areas of his life. And so always remain coachable. But got started in this industry. I was with that company for 6 years. It was a good run. Got started with this company February 7th of 2018. There's nothing else I'd rather do. I want to build this company into the day that I'm not even on this planet anymore. This is it right here. And I've known thank God I got in this industry, because I met Alex Morton through it. And I called him. I said, hey, I'm ready to launch with this sucker. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how I launched, because how I launched with this company February 7th of 2018 is how you're supposed to launch in this industry. Amateurs start a business, professionals launch. And for most of you, I'm talking to the builders on this call. Obviously everybody should be plugged into the products and services, but if you want a trading call, Jay Bonham, get on all of his sessions. I'm going to teach you guys how to become financially free with residual income on this call. So if that's okay, if you guys want to learn how to make residual income that covers your dream lifestyle, type 777 in the chat. Okay. And again, there's a lot of new people on this call, so I'm going to bring it back all the way back to the beginning. And step number one is have fun. Okay. The more fun you have, the more money you make. I got really good at just having fun. You know, I see Mikhail on this call. Me and that dude traveled, had fun. We've been to Mexico together. We built businesses together. We've done this. This is what we do. And we've had a lot of fun doing it. Even if it was us just driving to Panera Bread's, showing the plan, doing live events in people's living rooms. I don't know. I got really good at just making this thing fun. Because listen, if it's not fun for me, I don't want to do it. I'm not going to be able to sustain. And I just have a lot of fun building this with people. And no matter what happened to me, whether it was positive or negative, I looked at everything like it was positive. If there was something negative that happened to me in this business, I looked at it for all the reasons where the learning lessons were. And I found reasons to stay positive about it. The same thing when I got locked up. I said, you know what? This is God's plan for me right now. I'm going to stay positive and I'm going to make the best of it. So step number one is have fun. The more fun you have, the more money you're going to make. Britt and I have traveled all over the world. We take social media pictures. We post it on there. People see it. They're like, dude, how are you living this life? And it's as simple as that. Be the person that people want to be around. Look like you're doing something. Have some fun. Step number two is know why you're doing this business, right? Know why you are doing this business. At first, maybe it's just to make an extra $600 a month as a Platinum 600. Maybe it's to make an extra $2,000 a month, right? For me, I have a few different whys, and I'm sure you do too, but your why is going to change throughout your time. But my why was always this. I want to give my future family the best life on the planet. That's one thing I focused on. That's one thing that got me out of bed every single day. If you have a strong enough why, no matter what's going on in your life, you're going to hop out of that bed and you're going to go take action. If your why is strong enough, the how-tos almost don't even matter. They don't. I still barely know how to invite for this thing. I'm just fired up and excited about it. And people want to be a part of it because I say, dude, I'm all in and I'm going to the top. And if you follow my lead, I'll take you to the promised land. And they're like, dude, you might be crazy enough to actually do it. It's only a couple $100. Dude, sign me up. Let's go. My why is strong enough that it gives me a posture throughout the day. Right. So I always thought about that. I just want to give my future kids a dream life. I didn't know what my future kids were going to look like. We wanted a girl first. And we thought about that. I want a girl first. You don't say it too much because if you have a boy, it's like, oh, it's all good. For whatever reason, I wanted a girl first. And then I said, I don't care what the next one is, but a boy would be dope. I would love to have a boy that I can raise and to be an athlete and whatever. And then we got a girl first and then a boy, Leighton and Luca. And now guess what? Because I put in the time, effort, and energy years ago, I'm able to give them a great life right now. I'm not gone from 9 to 5 like most dads are. Britt doesn't have to spend half of her paycheck back to daycare. She gets to be a stay-at-home mom and hang out with her kids every single day. And we raise them without having someone else raise them. That's something that was important to me and us before we ever had kids. So listen, 3 to 5 year plan. Would you sacrifice a 3 to 5 year window? Sacrifice as in invite people to calls, prospect, present, promote, prospect, present, promote. Go after this thing for 3 to 5 years to be financially free for the rest of your life. Would you do it? I would. And I did. And I always wondered, is it going to work for me? Right? Because we all could put in the work every single day. And in the back of your mind, you're still thinking, I see it's working for Joey. I see it's working for Alex Morton. Right? I see it's working for Richard. I see it's working for Jay. I see it's working for Greg and Mel, but is it going to work for me? I thought about that all the time. I believe in myself. I do. I really believe in myself, but nothing crazy great has ever happened for me. If anything, it's been the other way a little bit, but I was scared to fail and I was scared to be left behind. And so I obsessed with the next rank. And that's it. I just thought about it every day. I even pictured myself walking the stage. I would turn on the music, all of the above, and I would turn it up on the way to the gym. And I'd picture myself walking that stage. I'd picture Monaco shouting my name. Welcome, brand new Chairman 100 to the stage, Joey Wilson. I picture these things. I put myself there in the mental. If you do that enough, I mean, I did it to the point where I was almost there in the physical. I felt like I was damn near there and I started tearing up. My speech was ready. And then one day I was standing on that stage and I'm like, The law of attraction is a real thing. You become what you think about most of the time. You possess in life what you obsess about most of the time. I obsessed about making money a priority in my life, so we never had to worry about it again. That was a focus for me. Again, we talk about it. Money isn't everything, but it's up there with oxygen on how bad you need it. Money makes things better. If something happens to someone in my family medically and they don't have the money, it's all good, right? If I want to live down here in Laguna Beach and fly my parents down and they can stay here, that's a dream for them. It's things like that money can buy. And I just wanted to get it taken care of, right? And so step number 1 is have fun. Step number 2, know why you're doing this thing. Okay. I'm anti-job, but I'm pro paycheck. This business is not about who you are. It's about who you know. Right. And so if I'm personally enrolling you, here's what I'm going to tell you to do to get started. Here's how you set up your trading account. Here's how you go through the academy or Jay's boot camp. Here's when his calls are. And here's when the next one is. But what we can do right away is let's get your 2 and free. And so I say, who's the first couple people you know you can get started just because you're doing it? And we get their easy ones. And then I say, I want you to write down on a piece of paper the top 10 people that know you the best and trust you the most. The top 10 people that know you the best and trust you the most on a piece of paper, first name, last name, phone number. On top of that list, write SW. Some will, some won't, so what? I can help you go platinum 600. I can for sure help you go platinum 150 in your first 48 hours. And out of the people we enroll out of that 10, we can duplicate that same system with those people and get you to platinum 600 in your first week. Consider that done. But here's what I want. Your white hot market, not cold market, not randoms. Your white hot market. That's anytime people in my business have things going on. And I ask them, what are they doing different? What are they doing different than the other people? And it always comes down to the same thing. They're following the system. They're inviting, not explaining, not verbally vomiting. They're inviting people to get onto a Zoom overview, and they're having a platinum 600 or above do the presentation. That is it. Right? So how do you invite? Because you don't even want to say trading. You don't want to say travel. You don't even want to say business. Like you want to be just vague, but excited. Be you, but excited. Right? So when I first got started, it was literally like this. I didn't know what I was doing. And I tried to explain it to a few people and I screwed it up and they thought I was an idiot because I said, dude, I just met a guy making $150,000 a month. He's all in. He's going to do whatever it takes to help me. You can build teams of people, this and that. And they're like, Joey, what are you talking about? You sound like an idiot. They didn't believe me. But the ones that I invited properly, I actually had a great success rate. And I said this is what it looked like. What's up, bro? What's up, Nate? What are you doing tonight at 9? He'd be like, I don't know why. What's up, bro? I'm super excited about something that I'm working on. We're doing a Zoom call. I got to run this by you, bro. I promise you it'll be worth your time. That's it. If they said, well, what is it? I would say, well, that's what the Zoom call is for. It's too much to explain over the phone. I can't give you a haircut over the phone. Right? If you ask me more than once, bro, what is it? Bro, if you were calling me about something you're excited about, I'd already be on my way. Can you hop on the Zoom? I'll send you the link. Promise you'll be worth your time. Boom. That's it. Urgency, and just say something you're excited about. Get them on the Zoom. Let us do the rest. That's all you got to do. If you're inviting to a 2-on-1 where, say, you and Matt Werner are showing someone, all you're going to do is hop on the Zoom and edify Werner. You're going to say, hey, what's going on, Chris? Dude, I'm super excited you hopped on the call to check this out. I'm fired up about it. Listen, man. And you're going to kind of share your story a little bit, whatever that story is. Dude, and we call it this 3-step setup. Write this down on a piece of paper right now. A 3-step setup. It's why you're doing it. You're all in and you don't care. Okay? Why you're doing it, all in and don't care. So for me, it looked like this. When I met up with Nate at Starbucks in Stillwater, Minnesota, I said, hey, bro, listen, obviously, I'm working at LA Fitness. I'm selling memberships. It's just not the dream gig for me. I've been looking and I've been praying for something and I found it and I'm all in. So why I'm doing it, I've been looking for something different and I'm all in. And I wanted to run this by you. You're a sharp friend of mine. And I felt like it'd be a disservice if I didn't at least run this information by you. So if you want to get started, awesome. If not, it's all good. Why you're doing it, all in, don't care. It's the 3-step setup. That is crucial. Now, when Nate comes, he's thinking, what's this dude trying to tell me? What's he trying to sell me? So his guard's up a little bit. But when we get there and I tell him my 3-step setup, bro, you know I'm working at LA Fitness. I'm overworked and underpaid. I'm busting my butt. It's not what I thought it was. I've been looking. I've been praying. He's starting to resonate with what I'm saying. Like, dude, I hate my job too. You know that, right? I've been looking. I've been praying. I met some really successful people and I found what I've been looking for. And I am all in on this thing. And you may love it. Is the key. You may love it or you might not get it right away. Either way, it's all good. That's it. Now he's like, and then I say, cool if I run through the information with you? Hell yeah, bro. Let's do it. I was vulnerable with them. I opened up to them. And I even gave them a door out if he wasn't about it. I said, you may love it or you might not get it right away. It's all good either way. Why you're doing it, all in, don't care. If that makes sense, type 777 in the chat. That right there, if you can get good at that, it's gold. I'm telling you. I see Noah sit here and do presentations all day long for people on the team. And if his team needs to learn this, you guys are on this call right now, that 3-step setup, and then you pass it over and then you edify Noah and then you pass it over to him and let him do the rest. You pass it over to Werner, you pass it over to Michaela, you pass it over to, Marcus, and you let them do the rest, right? So that's been something I've used my entire career, but it's gold. Because listen, I'm not trying to sell you or convince you if you're my friend. I'm just showing you because I'm excited. And I don't want you to think I'm sitting here just trying to freaking get you in to make money off you because it's a couple $100. I don't make much off you getting started. Where I make money is by helping you get paid. That's what this thing's about, right? So back to the list. So have fun. The more fun you have, the more money you make. Know why you're doing this thing. Make your list, right? And if you want what I got, to get what I got, you need 200 names. Some of you will be crazy enough to do this. 200 names on a piece of paper. First name, last name, phone number. On top of that list, write SW. Physical piece of paper. This isn't your Facebook list. This isn't your Tinder list, Noah, right? This is on a piece of paper. The people that know you the best and trust you the most at the top, but I want you to do a phone dump. Okay. I want you to do a phone dump tonight. If you actually make this list, I want you to take a picture of it and send it to me, and I will help you personally launch your business. But tonight, when you make this list, turn off your brain. That won't be hard for some of you. Brain off, phone on, and go through your contacts and just start writing them down. Do a phone dump. Go through your Facebook, go through your Instagram. Who are the people that you know by their first name? Write them down on a piece of paper. As we show them, we'll cross them off the list, right? And you can follow up with them later. Most people, it takes I think the number is 3.2 times to ask them if they're ready to get started before they actually do. So sometimes you might show someone on a Zoom and they're like, yeah, not really, I'm not really sure. Then you can lead them to the group overview that we do at night. Hey, bro, I don't know if you're free tonight, but I'd love for you to see a bigger picture of what's going on. Hop on the Zoom call tonight. I'm telling you, you're going to hear some more success stories. You're going to see a little bit more in-depth value of what we have going on. If it still doesn't work, then that's 2 times. You got to ask them, are you ready to get started though? You have to ask them. Sometimes I see people show the whole presentation, they're working, but then they don't even ask for the business. You have to ask them, are you ready to get started? And then you have to help them get started and walk them through the entire process. If that doesn't work, you can, there's multiple other ways. There's YouTube videos you can show them. You can get them on a training like this and see how our community is. You can put them in a group message with or group chat with your upline, Platinum 2000 or above, right? But the bigger the list, the bigger the paycheck. And on top of that list, like I said, SW, some will, some won't, so what? You have to have a so what attitude in this business. There are a ridiculous amount of millionaires, not just from this industry, but from this company. Okay, this industry has created more millionaires than pretty much every other industry out there, tied up there with real estate, right? A ridiculous amount. Matter of fact, let me just show you something real quick. I'm going to share my screen with you. Check this out. So Eric Worre, he's the godfather of network marketing. He is the best. Every year he does an event called GoPro. I'm either at them or I'm on the virtual every single year. He wrote a book called GoPro. If you haven't read it, write that down on your notes. GoPro by Eric Worre. That book is the Bible of how to build this business. You can just read that book over and over and over. But this here is, he has a network marketing hall of fame. These are people that made over $1 million in commissions in that year, right? In 1 year. So it's like around 100,000 a month, or I don't know, whatever, 88,000 a month. But this was the year of 2021. Check this out. I don't know, there's 20 something people this year in the entire industry, thousands of companies. Zane came from I Mastery Academy. Jalen, I Mastery Academy. Nathan Samuel, I Mastery Academy. Josh Stewart, Brandon Boyd, Joey Wilson, John Guaman, Lisaldo and Manny, okay, educators, Darwin, and Brandon Thompson, all came from this company. It was literally 11 out of like 22 came from I Mastery Academy. There are a ridiculous amount of millionaires created from this company, but there's also a ridiculous amount of failures. It's a double-edged sword. And I was cool with that. You know how the only way you fail in this business, in this business is if you quit. That's it. That's the only way you fail. And so I started thinking, if the only way to fail in this business is to quit, why would someone quit? And here's why someone would quit. Because they get their feelings hurt. That's it. When they get started, they'll go show their broke roommate and they'll say, dude, you're an idiot. Those things don't work. And they're like, you might be right. These things probably don't work. He's right, dude. For when someone quits my business, there's someone on this galaxy right now that is quitting my business. I don't even see it and I don't even care. So what? We'll replace them faster than they quit. Do you think the president of McDonald's cares that little Susie in Iowa quit McDonald's today? No, he just replaces her. Do you think they're all sitting there like, oh no, Susie quit, McDonald's is going down? That's how some people treat their business. It's like, who cares? We'll replace them. Here's what I'll tell you. And this is one thing I learned the day I saw this industry. I'll never forget it. He kicked me in the shin. David Peach kicked me in the shin. And he said, when you leave my house, consider the source. If you buy someone's opinion, you have to buy their lifestyle. So be careful whose opinions and whose lifestyles that you're buying. And that stuck with me for over 11 years. Because we're out here taking advice from all sorts of people that have no results. That's why it never made sense to me to go to school for business and learn from someone that's making $50,000 a year. Teachers are some of the most overpaid people on the planet, and nothing against them, but they're not running big businesses out there. How can that guy teach me how to make $50,000 a month? They can't. Don't take weight loss advice from someone that's overweight. Don't take financial advice from someone that's broke, right? Consider the source. Have they made $25,000 a month minimum in this industry before? Or can they barely pay their bills? Have they not taken a vacation in 4 years? Do they not have $5,000 to their name? These are some of the things that I'm thinking when anybody gave me advice. I remember when I got started, I went home. He told me that. I went home and I started building this thing. And my dad, hardest worker on the planet, but middle class, 60 grand a year guy. He was sitting in the living room and I was cleaning my dish off and he said, Joey, don't focus on that crap, focus on school. Because I was going to college at the time. I was in my second semester of a community college. And I'm like, I love you. I didn't say this to him, but I said, I love you, Dad. I thought this. I love you, Dad, but I'm not taking advice from you. I met a guy that has a lifestyle that I want, and I'm going to run through a brick wall to make this thing happen. And he looks back. I remember when I hit Chairman 100, they texted me and they said, what does that mean? And I said, all I said back was 100,000 a month. And my mom goes, shut up. I kid you not. It has been kind of crazy to see the look on people's faces, but it's a real thing. And so I can't stress that to you enough. Consider the source. If they don't have the lifestyle that you want, if they're not driving the cars that you want to drive, if they're not living in the homes that you want to live in, if they don't have the money that you want to make, don't take advice from them. That doesn't mean you can't be their friend. And sometimes the people that are giving me advice that shouldn't are our parents, especially financially. My parents didn't have the lifestyle I wanted. I still love them. And I know they're just looking out for me and they just care about me and they just don't know what they don't know. I know what I know. And I know this is the greatest company on the planet for the average person to win. That's what I do know. And so when we're building this thing, you don't prejudge anybody. Make that list of 200 names. Don't prejudge anybody. That's why I say, turn your brain off and turn your phone on and do a phone dump. What if you would have prejudged me? Who am I? A 22-year-old punk kid working at the gym. He didn't have to show me. Thank God he did, because I went and put 6,000 people in his organization. Right? You just never know. The people that you think won't do it will, and the people that you think will do it won't. I've seen this for 11 years. You know, people are like prejudging people, and I did the same thing. Like, oh, I know this one person. They know so many people. If I get them started, they're gonna kill it. But guess what? Then they don't even do anything. Or they'll be like, oh, I know this one dude who already trades. He's gonna crush this thing. But then if you say, you know who really understands this opportunity is successful business owners. That's who understands this opportunity. Don't prejudge anybody. Those people, there's people out there praying and looking for an opportunity, and it's our job to go show them with passion and excitement. I get paid for doing the presentation over and over with heightened enthusiasm, but just showing different people. That's it. That's all I have to do. And then help you guys do the same thing. We just duplicate the process. Prospect, present, promote. The 3 Ps: prospect, present, promote. It's so simple. It's just ridiculous. And most people overthink it. Like, it can't be that easy. Dude, I promise you it is. If you're willing to put in the work in somehow, some way. I had to. People would see the grind and they'd be like, that's crazy. I have no other option. Even when I didn't have kids, I kid you not, the people that were rolling with me back in the day, they would know this. My kids got to eat. I would just say that. My kids got to eat, bro. So if you want to go to that party, go ahead. My kids got to eat. I got to grind. If you want to go watch the Vikings, dude, awesome. My kids got to eat. And I was just fired up. And when I got into this company, same thing. I had no clue how to trade. I hit Chairman 10 in 90 days. I had no clue how to even place a trade. And I see people getting started and they're like, oh, once I learn how to trade, then I'll bring this to my network. You don't even need to know. We have highly qualified educators. We have a well-oiled machine firing on all cylinders for anybody to plug and play. Ignorance on fire. Write this down if you're taking notes. Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. I had no clue how to trade. I didn't even care. I was going to capture up the market share. That's it. I knew what I could do with this company, and I know what you guys can do with this company. And now you just got to make that list, that physical list. I want to see some people send me, even if you've been in for a year, 2 years, 6 months, even if you think you've shown everyone, which you haven't, I still haven't even shown everyone. Make that list, take a picture and send it to me, and let's launch your business. This is a race. Success loves speed. You got to have urgency and you got to be excited. I want to show your hot market ASAP. Cold market is slow market. We know how this works. People that have been rocking with social media for a while, we know how this works. You're going to maybe get 1 out of 100 on social media. You want to market. You want to take, you want to you take a picture of the charts. You want to show that you're out here grinding. You want to post a success quote, right? But you want to start with that hot market and taproot. Check this out. For me, I'm just looking for the aces, right? There's 4 aces in a deck of cards. We're flipping cards. I'm just a professional card flipper. And when I first started, it took me a long time to find an ace. Now I get them a little bit more often because I'm becoming a better version of myself, right? I'm getting better and better at this business. But I'm a talent scout. I'm looking for the ones that have credibility with their contacts, that have the work ethic, that are all in. You know what I'm saying? And so as I was sitting here, I wrote it down. I was sitting here talking to Noah, and this is the same thing. I got a dude to join the business from social media named Nobi. He reached out. He said, dude, I'm in a company called Jeunesse. I'm looking to launch this thing and whatever. And we talked. He got started and we taproot. I said, who's the first couple of people that you can get started just because you're doing it? You know who he said? Nagar and Rafi. Put them both in the system. Those two both went Chairman 10. Nobi went Chairman 25. And we taprooted. They did a lot of the heavy lifting. I flew into the market. I do training calls for them. I ran some paid promotions for them. They're in their own country in the Middle East, and now they have 20 different Middle Eastern countries out there just going crazy. But we're just tap rooting, right? So I enrolled a stud named AJ, right? A lot of you know who he is. He's a Platinum 5000. He knew me from my previous company. He reached out. He said he's looking for something different. He wants to run with me. I got AJ started. I said, cool, check this out. And this is how simple this is. Here's your website. Here's how you get access to Jay's bootcamp. Here's when the next trading call is. But what we can do right away is let's get your 2 and free. Who's the first couple of people that you know you can get started just because you're doing it? We got his 2 and free. Then there was a kid that he knew. He was AJ's a gymnastics coach, for those of you who don't know. There was one of the kids in his group. I'm like, I mean, is he 18? You can't sign him up. He's like, dude, he's not even 18 yet, but he's a hustler, bro. I get this feeling from this kid. And I'm like, well, when he's 18, let's show him. And he showed him when he was 17. When he turned 18, boom, he got started. His name's Matt Werner, Platinum 2000, close to Platinum 5000. Matt Werner, I said, who do you know? And we started tap rooting. He knows, he somehow got in contact with Noah Ortiz. Noah Ortiz, who knows him on this call? Noah goes, bro, he came to the convention in Orlando. I met him, got his flight, got his hotel, had no clue what this company was. He just signed up. He saw that there could be some potential to be some successful people here, and he liked the idea of trading. Walked out of his job, got a flight, came to Orlando, and said, I'm all in. So I said, dude, you could probably kill this thing. And we started doing calls together. He enrolls, and this is just one of his legs. I think he enrolled, 60 people in the last 30, 40 days. Enrolls a kid named Parker. Parker, and this is all about tap rooting. Amateurs work with their personal. Professionals dig deep into the organization, right? We said, who do you know? He knows Parker. We said, who do you know? He knows Caden. Who does Caden know? And we said the same system. Here's how you set up your website. How do you, We went through the same system. Parker knows Caden. Caden knows Evan. Evan, knows Landon. Landon led to Ben. Ben led to Luke. Luke led to Levi. Noah, when did Levi get started?
I'm not even inside the house, but he started, I think, yesterday.
He started yesterday. After this call, Levi has his first person to show. We will literally fly this leg to 1,000 customers over the next 90 days. I have no doubt about it. Just one of the legs. And that's how this business is built. We're prospecting, we're presenting, we're promoting. Most people sponsor one guy and they focus on that one person. We're tap rooting and we're digging down. Who do you know? Who do you know? If everyone got one, how big would your team be? Unlimited. 382 customers. 382. Keep that in your mind. That's Chairman 10. I posted in the Legends Only chat the Chairman 10 screen lock screen and a couple of the other ones. Right? Think about it. Every single day, obsess about it. That's a minimum of 10,000 a month plus bonuses. 382 customers. When I got in this, if you think it's hard, it's going to be hard. For me, I looked at it was harder when I got started. The company was not nearly as good as it is today. We had harmonic scanner and swipe trades. That was it. We didn't have all of this stuff that we have now. And I just thought to myself, it's 5,000 customers for Chairman 100. That's done. It's done. 5,000. When I lived in Minnesota, there's 5 million in the cities in the surrounding suburbs. That doesn't count the whole United States. You have the whole world in the palm of your hand. I didn't know I was going to enroll in a Nobi, a Nagar, and a Rafi. I didn't know that. You know what I mean? You just never know. If you stay focused and you stay committed, but I'm thinking 5,000, that's easy. I figured it'd be easy and went and got it done. 382 for about $12,000 a month residual. I'm telling you, every single person on this call can absolutely go hit that. Okay. But you got to do the simple daily disciplines. And that's one thing my mentor told me years ago. He said, that's how I live my life. It's the slide edge philosophy, simple daily disciplines versus simple daily errors in judgment. Me and Noah were talking about it the other night on a walk. Every decision that we make has a positive or negative return on investment, right? Going out and partying, negative return. You're going to feel like crap. You're going to spend money. Unless you go out and drink water and go prospect and network and build your network, right? But that'd be the only other way. So for me, every day, I'm looking to get positive returns. I wake up, I hang out with my family. That's a positive return. I go to the gym, positive return. I come home, I eat a clean meal, positive return. I'm talking to my team. I'm talking to my leaders. What do we got going on for the day? These are all positive returns. I'm stacking those small wins over time, simple daily disciplines. I'm not sitting around playing video games all night. I'm not sitting around just lollygagging, or I'm not going to the bars. I don't just go get a basket of wings and some beers. I just don't do that stuff. It's not going to get me to where I want to be. I cut it out of my life, dude. I want a different life. I want a beautiful yacht. I want a freaking a 75-foot Azimut. I know what it's going to take to get something like that, right? I want to live down here in Laguna. I want to drive the nice cars. I want to eat the good food. And I'm just telling you, it is so much better. Sometimes people will say, does money make you happy? It's relative. Does money make you happy? I mean, it just makes you more of who you already are. If you're a bad person, you're going to be a worse person with money. If you're a good person, if you're a happy person, you'll probably be a happier person with money. I don't know, but going to these restaurants where they actually serve good steaks. I never had a steakhouse steak before 3 years ago. And so it's just different. And I like it. I like being financially free. It's so worth it. There's a Bible verse that says, idle hands is the devil's playground. And so I don't just hang around, I don't just hang out. I want to build the freaking business or spend time with my family. That's it. I don't want to get caught up in doing something stupid. I just want to get positive returns on my decisions. Simple daily disciplines versus simple daily errors in judgment, compounded over time, leads to a great life, leads to the best version of yourself. That's something that I'm interested in. And that's why I rock with you guys, because that's what you're on this call for a reason. You're on this call for a reason, right? There's other people that didn't make this call. And it's you guys that genuinely changed my life, because I get to hang out with people that are hungry and driven and want to win. And so that's it. And at the end of the day, you just got to go tunnel vision with us for a season, just for a season. A lot of people at CH100, they take their foot off the gas. I'm phase one. I grind like I'm broke. But we got to be doing the things every single day to get us to where we want to be. We have to make those right decisions. So here's a couple of them if you want to write it down. Every day you got to read a chapter of a good book or listen to an audio, right? Go Pro by Eric Worre. Building an Empire by Brian Carruthers. When I first got in this industry in 2012, I dove in so heavy to network marketing content. And I was listening to all the audios on my YouTube channel. I have all the Elevate trainings on there. They're all right on there. You can listen to those. Go to Alex Morton's YouTube channel and watch his daily grind videos. Just drops gems while he's showing the work. I'm telling you, those are a game changer. Here's a few more. The Power of One More, Ed Milet. Okay. Psychology of Money. 7 Strategies for Wealth and Happiness by the man Jim Rohn. And right now I'm reading, and I should be able to ask you, type in the chat, what book are you reading right now? What book are you reading right now? Here's what I'm reading. John C. Maxwell, Developing the Leader Within You 2.0. That's what I'm reading. That's what I've been posting on my story a few times. I got my highlighter with it, straight nerding out in this book. This is pure gold. Developing the Leader Within You 2.0. If AJ's on this call, he's going to be like, bro, I've read all of them. And John C. Maxwell's got a 3.0. He's going to tell me there's 3.0 out there. But listen, you have to climb the personal development ladder. You have to become a better version of yourself. Some people start at a 3, some people start at an 8. When my mentor showed me this, he started at a 10. So he was recruiting 10s. I had to work my way up. I was, like I said, I had zero business being in business. So I was listening to the audios. I do a lot of YouTube. I got my master's. Some people have their master's in business or their master's in psychology. I have my master's in YouTube University. I've learned so much from Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn, Les Brown, Earl Nightingale, right? Think and Grow Rich is another good one. Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, personal development. So, and if you need to be reminded of anything I'm saying, just let me know. Post on social media. That's a crucial one. How do people some people join this and they're like, I want to go chairman, I'm all in. And then they say things like, it's already done. But then they don't have a story for 3 days. It's how people don't even know you're in business. Is your business open? People need to know you're in business. So I'm posting on my social media, whether I'm taking a photo of the book I'm reading, whether I'm on a call, whether it's something I learned, maybe you want to voice something. Maybe that's one of my favorites is when I see people, and Tyler crushes this, Chairman 10, Tyler Sorensen, on his TikTok channel, explaining, sometimes he'll break down the products and services in something simple. Because people on the outside think sometimes that trading is impossible for me. It's too confusing. I don't understand those charts. And he'll break it down like how simple a strategy is. And so it's all just, you're giving out value, you're giving out content, and you're marketing. I got, reach out to 10 new people every single day before 10 a.m. One go live session every single day to be a product of the product. Show 3 people every single day if you want to go chairman. Do 5 presentations a day if you're going on a run and you're doing this thing full time. Some people might think, dude, I got a full-time job. Like, dude, if you want it bad enough, you're going to find a way. Carve out, a couple hours at night and just sacrifice the season with us, and let's just go get it done. Attend your weekly training calls, which you guys are doing right now. Promote like crazy. Speak with your leader, help your team, and lead by example. That's it. For me, it's always been, I'm not the best at presenting. I'm not the best at trading. I'm not the best at training. I'm not the best at anything. But what I do know is I'll do whatever it takes for as long as it takes. I'll show as many people as possible. I'll get the marketing. I'll meet people at the gym, wherever, whenever. I don't care. I have no other option. If not this, then what? If not this, then what? And so every day you don't work hard is another day you got to work harder. And I just wanted to get this thing done. And I promise you it's worth it. We have a great company, great ownership with Chris and Isis, who you guys will probably be hearing from soon, especially if you come to Croatia, which is going to be an amazing event. And some people, again, are going to think, dude, it's going to be like $1,000 for a flight or whatever it is. I'm telling you right now, you go to Croatia, your life will change. Would it be worth to spend $3,000 to come to Croatia to make $25,000 a month? I think so. I didn't have the money to go to my first convention. I had to borrow Britt's credit card. Lucky for me, she had that. And then I borrowed her mom's van, and we packed her mom's van and the hotel room, and we ate ramen noodles and PB&Js. And I sat up in the nosebleeds, way in the back, and watched all the success stories. And I made a decision right then and there. I was going to go all in and do whatever it takes. And some of you on this call might be crazy enough to say, you know what, I'm making a decision right here, right now, that I'm going to follow this guy's lead. I'm going to do whatever it takes to win. I'm all in on my dreams. And the opinions of other people don't even matter. And you're going to find the right people that show up into your business. I promise you that. So we have an amazing ownership in this company, a guy that a husband and wife, Chris and Isis, that will do whatever it takes to make sure that this company is the absolute best. I mean, very wealthy people. Chris is the brains behind the trading. Isis is the brains behind all of the finance in the back end. And then you have an amazing corporate team. Ari, who's in charge of a lot of the education, and then Kyle Lowe, who oversees the field. Amazing people. I've known Kyle Lowe for years and years and years. And there's a whole lineup of a corporate team that's behind the scenes working 24/7. And you guys might not even understand that or know that or hear anything that's going on back there, but they're all in. The marketing team, the education team, the software developers, the back office creator. I mean, they're all working 24/7. It is crazy the type of work that they put in for us to have this back office, to have this amazing platform that we can go chase our dreams with. I don't know, guys. I'm fired up and excited, and I hope you guys got some value out of this call. I'm going a little bit over my time, but I just wanted to lay out the basics the best I could for you guys to win. And I'm here to help every single day, whatever we got to do. But there's a lot of leaders on this call that are here with you as well. And so I just want you to know, if there's a thought in your mind that you're thinking, I don't know if this will work for me, I'm telling you, just latch onto my belief, because I was that guy. But I just kept fighting, and I kept fighting because my dreams were that important to me. And if there's no other opportunity for me than this right here to become financially free. And so I was the kid that didn't know if I could do it. I was the dude that didn't know if I had the contacts, but we all got the same back office. We all got the same ownership. We all got the same corporate team. We all got the same products and services. I started at the bottom just like you guys did. I had to hit platinum 150 just like everybody else and pay my couple $100 to get started. If I can, so can you. So I appreciate you guys. Next week, we're going to have another amazing speaker on this call to give you guys some value. And love as always. Let's go get it. And to the top we go. Appreciate you guys. Have a good night.